Physics with me. Hope all are doing good, yes? So today we have come up with another interesting topic. Have you ever felt that you are living in a magical world? If no, I assure that from now you will feel the magic around you. Okay? Just watch with me. You might ask, what was the magic? We haven't seen any. But I'll tell you, really there was. Just think for a second. On touching a switch, you could see the fan rotating. On touching the switch, you could see the bulb glowing. Why is it so? It is because of a magic called electricity, without which we cannot even think of a world, right? So in this session, I have planned to take you all to a microscopic world where the magicians are using tricks to perform the magic called electricity. So come, let's move together to the microscopic world, okay? There are so many atoms in this microscopic world, so let us select few of them and learn the trick from them, okay? In this session, we learn the trick through copper atom, okay? So before which, I wanted to ask you a question. What do you mean by current? In simple terms, you can say it as flow of electrons. But just imagine for a second, you have a piece of copper wire, okay? And it has several copper atoms. Each atom contains one electron in its valence shell. That is, copper atomic number is 29. It has one electron in its valence shell. That is, that electron can be easily removed, okay? Likewise, a copper wire has several copper atoms. So there are several electrons in its valence shell, right? Which are revolving around the nucleus. So just because it has several electrons, can we say there is current flowing through? No, right? Why? We can say a current is flowing only when it is connected to a circuit. When you have a closed circuit, okay? And when the electrons flow in a particular direction. Clear? Here you can see the copper atom's valence electron is moving in different paths, right? Yes, this cannot create current. So we will have to make these electrons of each copper atom to move in a particular direction, thus causing flow of current through a circuit. Okay? How can we make these electrons flow in a particular direction? We can by using a force or pressure, which is nothing but called as potential difference or voltage. So those who don't know what voltage is, or those who need a clear or detailed explanation of what voltage is, don't worry. You can check out my description box, okay? I have covered it in separate session. So I'll provide you the link in the description box. You can just click on it and view it, okay? And come here. So that voltage is the force or pressure that makes the electrons in the valence shell of copper atom to move in a particular direction inside a circuit. Let's compare it with life examples so you'll have a better understanding. Just imagine students in a school. They'll move here and there, right? Just like electrons move here and there. But the same students in the presence of principal going to an assembly hall, how they will be? They'll move in a line, right? Same way, in the presence of potential difference, these electrons move in a particular direction. Now clear? Yes. So in definition wise, we can define current as amount of charge passing through a particular point per unit time. That is, how many charges are passing through a point per second. That is what the calculation of current is, okay? So mathematically expressing, current is represented by the letter I and charge by the letter Q and time by the letter T. So I is equal to Q by T, okay? And current is measured by the unit of ampere. Clear? Now we'll understand the direction of flow of electrons and direction of flow of current, okay? The direction of flow of electrons is from negative to positive, whereas the direction of flow of current is just opposite to that of flow of electrons. You might ask, what? You say flow of electrons is current and how they have different direction. I'll tell you what it is. In earlier days, before the discovery of electrons, people believed that it is the positively charged protons that cause flow of current, and thus believed the direction of current is from positive. But later after the discovery, they came to know that it is from negative to positive. But in order to avoid confusions, they termed it as conventional current and its direction to be positive to negative. But actually, the direction of electrons is from negative to positive. Clear? Now we'll try to design a small circuit in order to glow a bulb, okay, and understand how voltage and current works, okay. For that, what all you need? You need a bulb, some connecting wires for the flow of electrons. Then what you need? A battery. Why battery? I told you there should be a force that causes the flow of electrons to be in a direction, right? So that force is nothing but voltage. So who is providing this voltage? A battery is providing this voltage. So we need a battery and finally a switch, okay? You connect all the terminals together using the connecting wires, that is negative end of the battery to one end of the bulb and positive end of battery to other end of the bulb. Please don't give any wrong connection or don't lose any terminal, because if you do so your bulb won't glow, because there will be stoppage of the flow of electrons. You get my point? Yes. Now I hope you are done with the circuit connection. Yes. Now as soon as you complete the circuit and keep the switch on, what happens is the electrons from the negative terminal of the battery starts moving, thus making the valence electrons to move to the next atom. That is, you know, right? Valence electrons in copper atoms will be moving in some direction. So this electrons that is coming from the negative terminal of the battery will push this electron to move to next, because there is force of repulsion, right? Both electrons means they will repel. So that will be moved to the next atom. So the electron that is already present in that atom will be moved to next atom. Like this it continues and thus forming a closed loop. Finally the electrons from the negative terminal will reach the positive terminal of the battery. This makes the flow of electrons in a particular direction and thus causing flow of current, and the bulb which is connected in between glows, okay, and this process continues until all the negative electrons reaches the positive terminal and it neutralizes, okay, and the battery dies. So this is how the magic of electricity that we enjoy today is. I hope you were able to understand the concept of current and its flow inside a circuit and how voltage works on current, etc. through this session. Yes. So if you like the video, please click on the like button and share it with your friends. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all the support given. Keep supporting. So thank you. Bye.